Hey guys, real quick before we get to this video, I got a double promo 2-in-1. First, my Fox body is going up for sale today, October 15th, at Bring a Trailer. It's an auction for charity. 50% of the total proceeds of the car will go to the charity of the winner's choosing. It's also going at no reserve, so it will sell. I'm not going to change my mind and decide, no, that's not enough money. 15th to October 22nd, we're going to do a live podcast commentating the last hour of the sale. It's going to be really fun. So if you want to take my Fox body home and do a little money for charity, get over to Bring a Trailer. I will put the link in the description of this video as soon as it goes live on the 15th. Secondly, you might notice the shirt. This is our new Quick Like a Fox shirt to commemorate the Fox body in all its glory. This is up in all different colors in our store now. I will put a link to it. It's a really, really cool shirt. It's great material. It fits well. And if you love Fox bodies, this is a good shirt for you. So now enjoy this video and happy bidding on my Mustang. Morning, folks. Welcome to the Angeles Forest and a little update here with my 2016 Ford Focus RS. I've had this car for about 18 months. Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Angeles Forest. Beautiful day for a drive. Rained last night, so we've got really nice skies this morning, as well as a slightly damp surface on part of the roads. This should be a lot of fun. Welcome to my 2016 Focus RS. I got this car July 2016, and right now it has 12,500 miles on it, so not a ton of miles. I've had a bit of a contentious relationship with this car. There were some things about it that were just not right, and in hindsight, you know, it's 2020, I probably should have just kept the Fiesta ST, because a lot of the things I was looking for out of this car really happened in that car for less money, frankly. But here we are. You know the Focus RS drill. It comes from the factory with the cool all-wheel drive system and 355 horsepower. I immediately went to work with MountUNE about improving the car, and it now has their R400 kit. It's also sort of known as a Stage 3 kit, which on California 91 Octane makes 350 wheel horsepower and about 425 wheel torque, so a bunch. That's on 91. I now have their new 100 octane tune. Now, 100 octane for a lot of folks is not really practical. It's very expensive. In California, it's like $10 a gallon. But there's no hardware changes beyond the Stage 3 or R400 kit. You just put the tune in and put the gas in, and that's that. And that's good for 380 wheel horsepower. So 355 crank now to 380 wheel, and that's just with intake, exhaust, up pipe, intercooler, and the tune. That's it. We haven't changed any moving parts at all. Just more air and a colder charge and a flash. So there's room on the table in the Focus RS. But a couple of things. This thing is fast. Wait till you see this. It's real fast. I also have the MountUNE short shifter. The ride in this car is so horrible from the factory. It's brutal. They use a really cheap adaptive shock. It's oversprung and overdamped, and it's just bouncy and violent and terrible. So KW has an adaptive coilover. It's plug and play. It goes right in to the ECU, uses the same Ford drive modes, and it's a dynamically controlled adaptive coilover. We've installed that. It's on its highest setting because I don't want a slammed car. It's also on its softest setting because that's where it needs to be. And then the ride still wasn't good enough. 1552 hooked me up with a set of -1 18-inch Integrale-style wheels. I really like the look of these wheels. They are rad looking. Now, the stock wheels are 19-inch forged. These are 18-inch cast. So they're not as light as they could be. I don't care. I'm not racing the car. It's driven on the street, occasionally in the canyons, and the trade-off in ride quality and look is worth it to me with the weight. Okay, so it is what it is. Pirelli hooked up some P0 tires for this. I haven't driven on Pirellis for an extended period of time in a while, so far so good, actually. You know, the 18-inch wheels really take the hard edge off the car, so are off the edges of curves. But let's go for a drive. I'll show you what I mean. Randy at MountUNE, tuning genius, he sent me this 100 octane tune. It's really great. With the access port, he just emails me the tune and they go right into the car. Really smooth, linear power, but is mobbing golf. Oh, I like that. Smooth, linear power, but a lot of it. Oh my god, this car is so fast now. This thing rips. Same as before though, big difference between 3/4 and full. So you gotta hit the floorboard with that pedal to get your overboost. And I don't know how long, whether it's 10, 15 seconds of overboost, how long you actually get, but you know, in the canyons, I've never run out of overboost. I can't go flat for long enough to run out of the overboost. So the 18-inch wheels, honestly, this car should have just come with them. The ride is better. You know, this is how you fix the ride in a Focus RS. You need a $5,000 set of KW shocks, or 4,000 plus install, and then you need to go with a -1 on the wheels and a taller tire profile, 40 series tires. I have stock brake pads, but I have stainless steel lines and upgraded fluid, so my brakes hold up really well. So what the adaptive shocks do is they give you a really nice one down, one up. You know, you haven't changed the fundamental geometries of the car, so you know you haven't turned it into a 911, but it has made a massive difference. Whoa, holy power! This engine is very happy on 100. Alright. 4th gear, full throttle. So you see it's still bouncy there, but it's not as violent. Jesus, this car is fast. Bangs too, with the 100 octane. It really feels like now we're in a rally car. Now this thing is really aggressive on the power, but not in a herky-jerky way. It's just when you put the pedal down, yowza. This engine really likes the 100 octane. It's an expensive tank of gas. It's like a $120 tank of gas, but you know what? Once in a while, I think it's worth it. Plus, I don't drive this car very often, so I could put on a normal month, I could put a tank 100 in here and it'll last me the entire month. I just don't drive it that much with the press cars and stuff. But you should be able to hear the difference between 3/4 throttle and full throttle. So here's 3/4, and then that's full. Big difference. You know, this is still a firm ride, but for instance, the Aston Vantage I just drove last week was bouncier than this. So you know, it's really been a big improvement. Fast, man. P0s are doing good. good grip. It's a little chilly this morning. It's in the mid 50s is chilly for California, not chilly for the Pacific Northwest. The roads are a little damp, but pretty good. I'm running stock pressures, nothing funky about the pressures. Issue with the Focus RS is that it is simply not that fun to drive in normal situations. Driving it around town at normal speeds, it's not fun and it doesn't feel special. It feels like a less comfortable Focus. However, up here, when you've got a nice open set of sweepers, you can use the full throttle, you can use the overboost, you can really take advantage of the car's handling, which is excellent. It becomes special. Up here, right now, I re-understand this car. It really feels like a rally car. It really sounds like a rally car. It moves like a rally car. The steering is very sharp and direct. Quite a lot of full throttle, and the temp gauges have not moved. That big, thick MountUNE intercooler, all aluminum. It's nice. Whee! I love the short shifter. Can't go back to the regular shifter. It doesn't actually touch the assembly in the console here. It's a bell crank on the gearbox that just changes the ratio of shifter movement to cable movement, because it's a cable shifter. Man, this thing is real fast. They have really done a good job with this 100 octane tune. I mean, it's big. I don't have the torque figure, but if it's got to be close to 500 wheel torque. It's mobbing. Somebody going very slow. That's okay, because that's pretty much the end of this video. I don't need to drag it out longer than it needs to be. The point is, the car loves 100 octane, especially on the R400 kit. And the other point is, if you want to fix the ride on the Focus RS, one of the best ways, if not the best way to do that, is to do this KW DDC coilover, dynamic adaptive coilover. They also make a fixed version that has sort of a bypass for the software, so you don't get an error code. You know, if you don't want to spend the money on the really expensive one, you can get a cheaper version. I haven't used them yet, but the KW coilover and -1 18-inch wheels, whether or not you go with the 1552s or not is up to you, but I happen to like the look. But that's how you really improve the ride. The other things, there's a couple things you can't improve. The seating position can't be improved. When you lower the seat, it angles down from the back, giving you an awkward thigh raise, and that is a no bueno. And actually, it's the longer I drive it, the more uncomfortable it is. Unfortunately, I can't fix that. And is what it is, and I gotta live with it until the lease is up. So there. But thank you to MountUNE. They've done all this stuff for free. Thank you to 1552 and Pirelli. They've done their thing for free. But you know, if it didn't work, I wouldn't really have incentive. I don't care if it one way or the other. The good news is it works. You just saw it. The car's really fast, and it's more composed, and it's the ride is more comfortable. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.